Hello, here we are back for another video. And in this video, we will describe the solar system in which we live in. Okay, so let me start sharing my slides. Okay. Okay, so here we are. The solar system is what I will be speaking about on this video. My name, as you know, is Mariam.Cosmology Lopez, and I'm a researcher at ICARBasque, the Basque Foundation for Science, and at the University of the Basque Country in northern Spain. You can always contact me through that email, mariam.cosmology@gmail.com. And you can follow me on different social media, YouTube, where I upload my videos, then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, always at Mariam.Cosmology. Now, where are we? So we know we are on the Earth, okay? In my case, somewhere over here on the Iberian Peninsula. What do we know about the Earth? We know quite a few things. So we know, for example, the population of the Earth, which is roughly 7,500 million people as far as March 2017. We are not the only inhabitants of these planets. There are about 8.7 million species on the planets. Now, what else do we know about the Earth, our home? So we know that there are roughly 6,700 languages, okay? Being Mandarin the most spoken one, it's spoken roughly by 900 million people, then followed by English, 322 million people, then Spanish, 263 million people, and then Portuguese, 215 million people, and many other languages. Here, all this figure refers to a language as a mother language, okay? So the one that you learn as a child at home. I always like to highlight the large amount of people that speak Portuguese, 215 million. And why do I like to highlight this, aside that I like particularly the country Portugal, because despite the relative small size of the country, the Portuguese have managed to spread not only their culture, but also their language. Now, in this video, I will be speaking about physics, about cosmology, about astronomy. So I'm not so much interested on how many people, how many human are we here on Earth, or how many languages are spoken on Earth, but rather physical properties, like the radius of the universe, the size of, the universe now, of the Earth. So we know that the radius of the Earth is roughly a bit more than 6,000 kilometers. We know also that the Earth is almost a sphere with some irregularity. So therefore we can estimate the surface of the Earth. So it's roughly 510 million square kilometers. Now, what about the mass? So the mass is roughly 6 million of million of million of million kilograms. So I repeat, 6 million of a million of a million of a million kilograms. So 6 times 4 times a million, okay, kilograms. What about the age of the Earth? So we know it's roughly a third of the age of the the age of the Earth is roughly 1/3 of the age of the universe. So it's roughly 4,500 million years, okay? And now, well, the Earth is part of something larger. That thing larger is known as the solar system. And there is a very important distance to characterize the solar system, and that is what is known as the astronomical unit. So it's the distance from the Earth to the Sun, which is roughly 150 million kilometers. Okay, we know many other things about the Earth, but let's keep things simpler here and just give some basic information, but still very important information. So as I said, the Earth is part of something larger. That thing larger is the solar system. We know also that the Earth has a satellite, which is the moon. So there is a body, a spherical body, who circle or makes orbits around the Earth, and that is the moon. Okay, so the Earth is not the only planet on the solar system. There are in total 8 planets, as I will describe in a moment. Pluto was considered a planet till 2006, and is no longer considered a planet because in 2006 there was a redefinition of the concept of a planet. So a planet has to fulfill 3 conditions. So first of all, it's a celestial body that has enough mass, which means essentially that creates enough gravitational attraction. Then it orbits around the star. On our case, the star is the sun. And it's not a star, okay? And also not a satellite. It's not a satellite of a planet. And then a very, very important condition, it has to be large enough, okay, so that it cleans the vicinity of its orbit. So whatever is close to that planet is orbiting around the planets, not with the planets around the sun. So it's precisely this condition that is not fulfilled by Pluto. So Pluto has other things that are close to Pluto, and are making circular orbits like Pluto around the sun. So let me put a video, okay, in which we will see the relative size of the different planets and how far they are from the sun. Okay, so let me go ahead. Okay, just one moment. Well, here we have the video. Okay. So in this video, essentially, we will see how large are the different planets as compared with the Earth, and also how far are these planets from the sun. So essentially, where are they inside the solar system? Okay, so here we go. Relative size of the planets. By the way, this is a video I took from internet, and it's very explicit in showing the size of the different planets and also how far they are from the sun. Okay, so as we have just seen, the size of the sun, its diameter is roughly 110 times the diameter of the Earth. Then we have Mercury, which is 0.38 the diameter of the Earth. Venus, almost the diameter of the Earth. The Earth, 12,742 kilometers, or equivalently 6,000 something the radius of the Earth, as we have seen before. Then the planets that are further from the Earth. So we have Mars, half the diameter of the Earth, so it's smaller than the Earth. Then we have Jupiter, okay, 11 times the size of the Earth. Then Saturn, 9.4 the Earth diameter. Then we have Uranus, 4 times the Earth diameter. Then we have Neptune, also 4 times the Earth diameter. And then we have tiny Pluto, which we know nowadays that is not a planet, which is 0.18 the Earth diameter. So it's the tiniest and the furthest from the sun. Now, what about the distance from those planets to the sun? I remember that by definition, an astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the sun. So we will use that unit to compare the different distances between the different planets and the sun. By definition, those that are closer to the sun will be at a distance smaller than an astronomical unit. And those that are further than the Earth from the sun will be at a distance larger than 1 astronomical unit. Here we can see, okay, the distances. Okay, Mercury, 0.4 astronomical units to the Sun. Venus, 0.7 astronomical units to the Sun. The Earth, 1 astronomical unit, of course, by definition. Then we have Mars, 1.5 astronomical units to the Sun. Jupiter, 5.2 astronomical units to the Sun. Saturn, 9.5 astronomical units. Uranus, 19.2 astronomical units. And Neptune, 30.1 astronomical units. And finally, Pluton, although it's not a planet, it's roughly 40 astronomical units from the Sun to its location. Okay? Okay, so then I go back to my slides. Okay, so let me put again the slides. And here we are. Okay, so essentially what we have seen is that the Earth is part of the solar system, that the Earth has a moon, has a satellite, and that there are a few other planets, okay? But as I said, the Earth has a moon, okay? Other planets, like Mercury or Venus, have no moons, okay? And some of them have a few moons, like it's the case of the Earth. So the Earth has just one moon, just one satellite, which, by the way, has a radius of 1,700 kilometers. So it's relatively large. Then we have Mars, and Mars has 2 moons. Then Jupiter has 4 moons. And then there are some planets that have plenty of them. And that's the case of Saturn. Okay? So Saturn has 62 moons. Uranus, 27, and then Neptune, 40. So in this picture, we can see essentially the size of the different moons of the different planets as compared with the size of the Earth. So we can see the moon is relatively large. Jupiter also has some moons which are quite large. Likewise, Saturn. Okay, so that's essentially all what I wanted to say on this video about the solar system. I hope you have enjoyed, and of course, I hope you have learned something new. And if you have enjoyed and learned something new, please put a like on the video. And see you on the next video. Okay, bye for now.